Welcome to PreMath. In this video, we have got this triangle CDE along with this chord AC fully confined in a circle, as you can see in this diagram, such that this side length CE is equal to this side length CD, and moreover this side length CE is 9 units. And this segment BC is 6 units. And now our task is to calculate this length AB. Please don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe. Please keep in mind that this figure may not be 100% true to the scale. Let's go ahead and get started. And in this video, I am going to share with you with two different approaches. So therefore, please watch the video till the very end. In other words, I will be showing you the solution with and without the trigonometry. And here's our very first step. Let's focus on this triangle CDE. We can see that this side length CE is equal to this side length CD. So therefore, this is an isosceles triangle. So therefore, this CD length is going to be 9 units as well. And now since this is an isosceles triangle, so therefore this angle has got to be congruent to this angle. So therefore if I call this angle X, then this angle has got to be X as well. And here's our next step. Let me go ahead and connect this point A with this point E, as you can see in this next step. And now let's make an observation. We can see that this arc CE is intercepted by this angle X, and likewise this very same arc CE is being intercepted by this angle CAE as well. And now let's recall the inscribed angles theorem. According to this theorem, inscribed angle that intercept the very same arc are congruent. As you can see in this given diagram, this angle and this angle, they intercept this very same arc CE. So therefore, both of these angles are congruent. If this angle is X, then this angle has got to be X as well. And here's our next step. Let me call this angle AEB. This angle I'm going to call alpha. And now let's recall the exterior angle theorem. According to this theorem, exterior angle of a triangle is equal to the sum of two opposite interior angles, as you can see in this given diagram. And here we can see that this C is our exterior angle, and that is going to be equal to these two opposite interior angles A and B, such that C equals to A plus B. So therefore, in this triangle ABE, these are these two opposite interior angles, and this is our exterior angle, and this exterior angle is going to be equal to sum of these opposite interior angles X plus alpha. So therefore, this angle turns out to be X plus alpha, and likewise this whole angle is X plus alpha as well. So therefore we can see that this big triangle ACE is similar to this other triangle BCE according to angle similarity theorem. So therefore we are going to have a proportion. In other words, the ratio of AC and CE is going to be equal to the ratio of CE and BC. And now we can see our CE length is 9 units. Likewise, CE is 9, and our BC length is 6, as you can see in this next step. And now let me go ahead and multiply both sides by 9 to isolate AC. So therefore we can see that's 9 and 9 is gone. So therefore our AC length turns out to be 81 divided by 6. or if we reduce the right hand side, this could be written as AC length is 27 divided by 2. In other words, we can write this thing AC length is 13.5 units. And now we can see that this whole AC length is 13.5 units, but this BC length is 6. So therefore, this AB length is going to be 13.5 minus 6 is going to give us 7.5 units. So therefore, our AB length turns out to be 7.5 units. And now let me show you the second method by using the law of cosines. And here we got this triangle ABC with this vertex A. This angle is alpha. For vertex B, our angle is beta. And for vertex C, our angle is gamma. And this side length lowercase a is opposite to this vertex A. And likewise, this side length B is opposite to this vertex B. And finally, this side C is opposite to this vertex C. Then we have these law of cosines. The first one is a square equal to b square plus c square minus 2bc times cosine of alpha. And likewise, 2 more. Now let me go ahead and call this angle CBD as our angle X. And we know that this whole straight angle is 180 degrees. So therefore, this other angle is going to be 180 degrees minus X. And moreover, let me go ahead and label this segment BD as lowercase a, and this segment BE as lowercase b. And now let's focus on this triangle BCD. We are going to apply the law of cosines on this triangle. So therefore, we can write 9 square equal to a square plus 6 square minus 2 times a times 6 times cosine of our angle X. Let me go ahead and move this negative 12a cosine of X on the other side, and I'm going to move this 81 on the opposite direction as well. So therefore, we can write 12 times a times cosine of X equal to a square plus 36 minus 81. As you can see in this next step, I have combined these like terms, and we got negative 45. And now let's divide both sides by 12 times a to isolate cosine of X. And here this is gone. So therefore, our cosine of X value turns out to be a square minus 45 divided by 12 times a. Let me go ahead and call this our equation number 1. And here's our next step. Let's focus now on this other triangle BCE. And we are going to apply the law of cosines on this triangle as well. So therefore, I can write 9 square equal to b square plus 6 square minus 2 times b times 6 times cosine of 180 degrees minus X. And now let's focus on this cosine of 180 degrees minus X. We know that this identity is equal to minus cosine of X. As you can see in this next step, I have simplified everything, and I have replaced this identity by negative times cosine of X. So therefore, we can write this one as 81 equal to b square plus 36. This negative and negative become positive 12 times b times cosine of x. Let's go ahead and move this b square and 36 on the other side, as you can see in this next step. Now let's go ahead and combine these two terms, as you can see in this next step. And now let's divide both sides by 12b to isolate cosine of x. This is gone, so therefore our cosine of x value turns out to be equal to 45 minus b squared divided by 12 times b. Let me go ahead and call this our equation number 2. And here we are ended up with these two equations, equation 1 and equation 2. And now let's go ahead and compare these two equations. We can see the left hand sides are identical, they are same. So therefore we can equate the right hand sides as well. So therefore I can write a square minus 45 divided by 12 times a equal to 45 minus b square divided by 12 times b. And here we can see this 12 and 12 both sides, they cancel each other out. And now let's go ahead and cross multiply. So therefore we are going to get a square b minus 45 times b equal to 45 a minus ab square. Now let's go ahead and move this ab square on the left hand side. At the very same time I'm going to move this negative 45b on the right hand side, as you can see in this next step. And now let's make an observation. We can see ab is in common on the left hand side, and on the right hand side 45 is in common. So therefore I can write a times b times a plus b, and the right hand side 45 times a plus b. And now I'm going to divide both sides by a plus b and make sure that a plus b value is not equal to 0. So therefore we can see this a plus b and a plus b is gone. So therefore we are ended up with a times b equal to, here they are gone as well. So a times b turns out to be 45. And here's our next step. Let me label this segment AB as lowercase c. And now let's recall the intersecting chords theorem. According to this theorem, if two chords intersect in a circle, then the product of the measures of the segments of the chords are equal, as you can see in this given diagram. And here we can see these two chords AC and BD intersect each other. Then the product of these segments A times B is going to be equal to C times D, as you can see in this given equation. And here we got these two chords AC and ED, and they intersect each other at this point B. So therefore the product of A times B is going to be equal to 6 times C. So therefore let me write down A times B equal to 6 times C. But we know our A times B value is 45 that we figured out in our previous step. So let me go ahead and substitute this one by 45 equal to 6 times C. Let's go ahead and divide both sides by 6 to isolate C. This is gone. So therefore C could be written as, if we reduce the left hand side, that is going to be 15 divided by 2. And C could also be written as 7.5 units. And as a matter of fact, C is our AB length, and it turns out to be 7.5 units. So thus our AB length turns out to be 7.5 units. Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more exciting videos. Bye.